The arena was a cacophony of sound, roars, cheers, and alien tongues blending into an overwhelming symphony of chaos. The air shimmered with heat from the twin suns above, their golden rays casting long shadows across the blood-soaked sands. Below, it was a place where civilizations clashed, where warriors from across the galaxy fought for glory, survival, or simply to entertain the masses. And today, all eyes were on the newest contender, a human. Eli Carter stood in the holding cell beneath the arena, his hands cuffed by energy restraints that glowed faintly blue. His face bore bruises from the transport ship, but his jaw remained set, his steely gaze fixed on the barred gate ahead. Around him, other fighters prepared for battle, a hulking reptilian brute sharpening its claws, a sleek insectoid creature clicking its mandibles nervously, and a gelatinous blob that pulsed, rhythmically as if anticipating the carnage to come. None of them paid Eli much attention. To them, he was nothing more than a curiosity, a fragile little mammal plucked from some backwater planet called Earth. They laughed among themselves, mimicking his awkward gait and mocking his lack of scales, fur, or exoskeleton. Even the guards, stationed outside the cells, couldn't resist sneering at him. "Look at this one," one guard said in broken galactic standard, pointing a clawed finger at Eli. "So soft, so weak. How did your kind even survive long enough to leave your rock?" Eli didn't respond. He'd learned early on during his captivity that words wouldn't earn him respect here, only actions would. Still, the insults stung, not because they hurt his pride, but because they reminded him of how far he'd fallen. Just weeks ago, he had been a soldier, part of a small resistance force fighting against an invading alien fleet. Now, he was a prisoner, stripped of everything except the stubborn determination to keep breathing. When the gates finally opened, the crowd erupted into cheers. One by one, the combatants stepped onto the elevator platforms that lifted them into the arena. Eli went last, his heart pounding as the platform rose higher and higher until the full scope of the Colosseum came into view. It was massive, easily dwarfing any stadium on Earth. Thousands upon thousands of aliens filled the stands, their forms ranging from humanoid to utterly incomprehensible. Some waved banners emblazoned with symbols of their favorite fighters, while others bellowed bets in dozens of different languages. At the center of it all stood the arena floor, a sprawling battlefield littered with weapons, traps, and obstacles designed to test the skill and resilience of those who dared enter. As Eli stepped off the platform, the jeers began almost immediately. Aliens leaned over the railings, pointing and laughing at the puny human clad in tattered fatigues. A few threw objects down at him, fruit-like pods that splattered harmlessly against the ground. Even the announcer's voice crackled with disdain as it echoed through the stadium. "And now, ladies and gentlemen, behold our final contestant, a primitive creature known as human." The announcer's tone dripped with mockery. "Let us see if this fragile specimen can survive even a single round." Eli ignored the taunts. Instead, he scanned the arena, taking note of every detail. There were 4 opponents already waiting for him: the reptilian brute, the insectoid, the pulsating blob, and a quadrupedal predator with razor-sharp teeth. Each of them radiated confidence, their bodies poised for attack. Weapons lay scattered around the sand, energy blades, spiked clubs, and nets, but Eli knew better than to rush for them. In a fight like this, strategy mattered more than brute strength. A loud horn signaled the start of the match, and the crowd fell silent in anticipation. Without hesitation, the reptilian brute charged straight at Eli, its claws extended like scythes. The audience roared, expecting the human to crumble under the assault. But Eli sidestepped at the last moment, letting the brute's momentum carry it past him. As it stumbled, he grabbed a discarded club from the ground and swung it hard, cracking it against the back of the brute's skull. The impact sent the creature sprawling, dazed but not unconscious. The insectoid lunged next, its mandibles snapping wildly. Eli ducked beneath its strike and drove the club upward, shattering one of its legs. The alien shrieked in pain, retreating to the edge of the arena. Meanwhile, the blob oozed forward, attempting to engulf him. Eli rolled out of the way just in time, grabbing an energy blade as he did so. With a swift motion, he sliced through the blob's gelatinous body, causing it to collapse into a quivering mess. By now, the crowd had gone silent, their laughter replaced by stunned murmurs. No one had expected the human to hold his own, let alone dominate the battlefield. But Eli wasn't done yet. The quadrupedal predator circled him cautiously, its glowing eyes locked onto his every move. This one was smarter than the others, more calculating. It feinted left, then right, trying to bait him into making a mistake. But Eli had faced predators before, in jungles, deserts, and war zones alike. He waited patiently, his grip tightening on the energy blade. When the creature finally pounced, he dropped to one knee and drove the blade upward, piercing its chest. The predator let out a guttural scream before collapsing in a heap. For a moment, there was silence. Then, slowly, the crowd began to cheer, not mockingly, but with genuine admiration. The announcer's voice returned, tinged with awe. "Incredible! Unbelievable! The human has defeated all 4 opponents without sustaining a single injury." Eli stood amidst the wreckage, breathing heavily but unbroken. The other fighters stared at him in shock, their earlier arrogance replaced by fear and respect. For the first time since arriving on this alien world, Eli felt a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could turn this nightmare into something greater. As the gates opened once more to usher him back to the holding cells, Eli allowed himself a small smile. The galaxy had underestimated humanity before. Let them laugh all they wanted. They wouldn't make that mistake again.